Hi everyone, good morning. Okay, well, my camera just went larger on me, and that's okay. I'm just going to let it be at that, but it's kind of a dreary morning here in Cleveland, Ohio, in corrupt Cleveland, Ohio. But I just wanted to say hello to everyone and touch base. I had a great time yesterday with my grandchildren, I always do, and they're so precious. As any grandchild should be. So that's what I have to say this morning, and I'm so blessed to be a part of their lives today. And so I just want to say thank you to my God for making these soul sacred arrangements for my life, and I appreciate that so much. In the meantime, though, it's kind of, like I said, it's dreary out. It's raining, and I'm actually getting drops on me here under this little bush. But I wanted to shoot the video outside and just say that I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or be a drag with what I share on my social media. But it's really, oh my gosh, help me Lord to find the right words. It's just really disheartening. Disheartening is coming to my being. It's really disheartening to see, like, you know, I went to the museum yesterday with my grandchildren, and I really wanted to see that exhibit, and when I went into the exhibit and saw how things were set up and stuff, and I thought, uh-oh, it always seems like there's like this subtle, subliminal premeditation of indoctrination, if you will. And so when I got into the exhibit, I'm still trying to pray through it and have an open mind and an open spirit, and just seeing how things were set up, and then when I saw the map, the large map on the wall, and I'm like, oh my God, you know, because I see the Middle East, and I know the geography a little bit, un poquito, a tiny bit, not a lot, but I'm learning, and I love learning. So but what I want to say is, what troubled me was when I looked over towards Palestine, is I didn't see, nothing was there. You know, there was like Iraq was, Syria was there, Iraq was there, you know, it's all there, but it was invisible. The land was vacant, no name for Palestine, and not even Israel. And so as I was looking at it, I was like shocked. I was like, really, God, are you kidding me about this? But anyways, yeah, so it was disturbing. And then, you know, I wasn't going to take pictures because I thought they said you can't take pictures. But I guess I was mistaken because I saw a bunch of people taking pictures. So I took some pictures myself and proceeded to do that for myself. But I also asked the guy, the security that stands there, and I asked him, older guy, I said to him, I said, can you tell me why Palestine is not on this map? And you know what he said to me? He said, oh, you mean why Israel's not on the map? And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, really? Oh, come on now. And so, yeah, he was very adamant and very serious about that. And I thought, oh, God, we are in trouble. Humbly. So that's where it is. But through this weather, water is so sacred. It is so sacred. But beyond the water, our lives are sacred too, you know, and it's that's what we come from, and that's what we're made up of, is the water. And so we shouldn't just be protesting here in the United States over some pipelines for the native culture. And I'm sorry, I'm not slapping my own culture, because, like, you know, I'm Native American too from my father's side, the Arawak tribe. I don't need a government card to tell me how much Indian blood I have. I already know. My father told me. So that's where I'm at with it. But and that's beside the point. But the fact is, some shady people, and I'm talking about the 1% parasitical elite, they're up to no good. When they start stirring the pot, and I'm talking about the protesting pot here in corrupt United States of America, something's stirring. So, and for me, humbly, I just always got to step back and and ask God, what is it really about? What's really happening here behind the scenes? Because the guy behind the curtain, he ain't playing, you know, or they're not playing, I should say, because it's not just a guy. I'm sure it's gals too, but it's the 1% parasitical elite, like I said, that's been cleaning up house, and especially cleaning up house in that Middle East. So, and they strategically have set up our military bases there. And yesterday, it kind of dawned upon me. I was thinking, oh my God, how much military power and might do we have here in the United States for our own country today? That's what I was wondering. I can see that we have all kinds of military bases in that Middle East protecting the Greater Israel Project. But what's, you know, I mean, I don't know. People just can't see what's happening in the world. You know, I don't know how they cannot see it. And saying this, you know, my mind's eye is drawn to my friend Barbara Ray Gurley. Barbara Ray Gurley, a friend of mine from Arizona. Shout out to you, Barbara Ray. Her dad was in the military years ago when Barbara Ray Gurley was a little girl. So this whole Afghanistan and Pakistan and all this stuff didn't just manifest on 9/11/01. That's what I want to say. I'm humbly Anna Anders here on this YouTube channel. The doggies are barking. But yeah, somehow we have to stay so positive no matter what the corrupt ones give birth to on this earth. That's what needs to be noted here, I guess, through this video. And so, yeah. And I gotta watch my expectations too, because I was expecting to like go into that exhibit and enjoy it and be, you know, like, wow, look at this and look at that. I was hungry for it, the exhibit is what I'm saying, and spending time with my sacred grandchildren, of course. But at the same time, man, it was like a real downer. I walked out of there and I had to keep my mouth shut because Grandma Anna would have went activist. Yeah, not good. We need to share the truth, and the truth about all cultures and countries, and not global domination and political and military indoctrination with misinformation and disinformation. I'm not eating that shit today. You know, I don't want to eat fake food. Do you want to eat fake food? Do you want to take it? You know, God didn't give us a fake mind, people. He gave us a real mind. So we should be processing real information. And the fact is, we all have been systemically, corruptly lied to, historically and politically and corporately. And you can see the devastation here in the United States, economically speaking. And so, because they pulled out their manufacturing and relocated to other areas. So this is not just something that, oh, we're packing up and moving. No, that's for the dumb people to want to think, okay? But honestly, these big ballers, they know strategically what they're doing and where they want to map out and where they're taking their economies with them when they pack up their money bags and stuff. So from corrupt Wall Street, and they know that. And so that's the sadness and the tragedies that I reflect upon. And not for myself. I could care less about myself. I mean, humbly, I really could care less. But it's not... my emotions, they don't come for my selfish and self-seeking self. No way. They come for the future of the sacred energy. And that would be all children everywhere. Everyone, everywhere. All sacred children. Because adults are tainted. Adults are spiritually corrupt. You know, they've been indoctrinated with the corrupt old history, and I know that. And so, we got to be careful, folks. I mean, because we're buying into the old histories, and, you know, yeah, you can go to the library. You can go to the library and pull out the lies of this history that's been so packaged into these nice little books. And by the way, I just posted a video about Israel, which I didn't mean to, but you know, of course they made a video that says 68 facts about Israel. Kind of cool, I guess, for Israel, but in my opinion, they tell on themselves. You know, they're manufacturing, they're the leading manufacturing companies globally that print books. So they're going to print the histories and the stories the way they want to. And so that's the bad thing. That's the shame of history right there, because that's how they cover it up. When you dominate the media, when you dominate publishing, okay, the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, I just spoke about this. I discovered this here just recently. The first chapter of the big book, you would think the word would be we, because it's a we program. No. The first word of the first chapter of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous is war. Why is that when we're talking about the disease of alcoholism? I can tell you why. Because the Rockefellers had an influence on the program of Alcoholics Anonymous. So they knew they had to come up with something for folks, but at the same time they were very cautious when they put out their words through the publishing. So they ain't fooling me. So yeah, I don't see any alcoholic peace activist stories in those big books and prayer and meditations books that get published. So it's so amusing to me, but also so inspiring, because until the day that I die, I'm going to do this work, and I don't care. I don't give a rat's ass, okay? And that's where I'm at, because I want to be on the side of good. The side of good, and it's not a side of good and bad, that kind of thing. I don't want to say that either. Maybe that's not a good thing. But what I want to say is I just want to pursue the cause of peace and the cause of exposing corruption and disruption of human life and human values. You know, I mean, it's not right to bulldoze people's homes, businesses, their sacred lives, and to bulldoze it all and then move all the desecration away and rebuild upon on top of all of that, exactly like they did it at Ground Zero. I gotta stop this video, way too long. Okay. Oh God. Okay, bye-bye.